Hello, hello. Hi, Adrian. Ooh. I'm playing something that you'll know some. I'm gonna play with something you'll know something about today. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Teresa. Welcome to a fabulous Thursday. Maybe it's terrific Thursday. Need a better adjective that starts with like a TH sound for Thursday. um, we are well underway on our week. And got some new stuff coming this fall that I can start previewing because there's trial versions. So we're gonna play a little bit with that today, not super long. Just give you a little teaser of one of the things I think is the very coolest thing I've ever seen as far as software goes. Couple in-store announcements. It's hot in Calgary again. That's how we're rolling this summer. It's super smoky as well, which is not ideal and not pleasant. But I have the most summery fabric I've ever seen behind me. So there's ice cream cones and popsicles and little sweet little polka dots. It's downright delicious. The the ice cream cone fabric, somebody made a peppermint swirl dress out of that in my class back in March for her granddaughter. It was so cute when it was all done. We could do the same thing with the popsicles because it would be equally cute. It would be so good. So anyway, there is some announcements. I'm gonna just double check the calendar because otherwise I'm gonna miss things and I forgot to write notes. We have a long weekend in Alberta. So, long weekends don't affect store hours these days because we're closed Sunday, Monday, all the time. And that's gonna stay that way for the foreseeable future. Home Sweet Haunted Home, we showed you guys the projects the last couple days on Facebook Live. It's a Kimber Bell event running August 17th and 18th. We're selling out quick. The kits have started to arrive. Not all the boxes came today when that truck showed up. So shipment got separated partway along the way. So some of our kits are here for that, and we're getting the stabilizers ready to go home. So if you're registered in that event, you'll get information soon about picking up. Coming up in early August, on the 9th, we have our OASD Stitch Party class. So the project this month is on quilting with your embroidery machine. So if you have a beautiful embroidery machine that you bought to quilt your quilts with and you're afraid of doing that, our class on August 9th, Stitch Party, you'll want to be in that class. It will be recorded, so if the 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on a Monday doesn't work for you, it'll be recorded and we can answer questions later. But the instructions from OASD on how to do that and Anne's notes and tips for quilting with your embroidery machine are amazing. So you'll be able to quilt anything from a table runner to a bed quilt with your embroidery machine with the right tools under your belt. So we'd love to see you in there, and it's just a little project to get started with. So it's nothing daunting. It's a table runner that you'll be making. And what else is on the calendar coming up? Super rude having my phone out on camera. Also coming up in August, we have our Bernina Creative Studio Technique and Embroidery classes on the 13th. The 20th, we have our Bernina Creative Studio project class. The 20th, we're having a software class. Software is going to be a little bit what I'm talking about today. So if you don't know what digitizing software might look like, or what digitizing is, or how you get from beautiful art to embroidery, the step in the middle is digitizing. That's what I'll give you a little tour of today with the newest software coming out this fall. We have launched pre-orders for all the new Bernina product that was announced kind of second week of July. Give us a call, pre-order. There's a new embroidery module that runs faster with the bigger hoops and quieter. You're available to pre-order that. There's an upgrade kit for the Bernina 770, so that's on pre-order. We've started taking deposits on those. There's new machines coming out this fall. Early next week, there's Brother product training for the fall, and all their big announcements for the year are coming out on August 4th. So hopefully that afternoon I'll be able to share some sneak peeks. Some of it won't, some of it might still be top secret as of the 4th, but I know there's at least one thing that I'm super excited about that I ordered a fair number of that should be coming very soon. So as soon as I'm allowed to tell you, I will. But I'm not allowed yet. It's still under wraps. So, it's fun to have secrets for later. they're good secrets. Other things coming up this fall. I've scheduled 5 Camberbell events for the fall. 4 months, so there's 1 month with 2 Camberbell events. So we've got Summer Nights on September 8th, October 13th and 14th. We've got Too Cute to Spook. The dates after that I don't remember because that's a ways out and I haven't had to memorize them yet. But five events. Summer Nights is a summer themed one. Too Cute to Spook is Halloween themed, and then I have 3 Christmas events. So depending whether you want kind of a 3/4 day event or a full day event or a 2-day event, or whether you're decorating like white gold traditional Christmas or decorating red and green traditional Christmas, or decorating crazy Christmas like me with teals and pinks, we've got an event for you. And those are all really awesome for new embroiderers. So over the next couple weeks, we'll be filling in the rest of our fall calendar with other things coming out. So if there's things you want to learn, email education@mysewingroom.ca. If we have ideas of what people want to learn, it's easier to build course content for you. So that's where we're headed. The thing I'm going to show you guys today is lots of us have lettering in our embroidery machines, and sometimes the lettering in your embroidery machine is great, but sometimes you want other letters and then you have to do other things with them. So usually you get to load these designs one by one. So you could have big monograms or really cute animal letters. Maybe you have Christmas specific letters that are taller that you want to put on stockings or across a banner. Or maybe you want to do special monograms. All of these letters, up until now, if you load them into your embroidery machine, you have to load them in one at a time. And it's hard to get spacing really nice on your words. There's lots of fonts out there that you can buy. So many fonts. This is just a small collection from the OESD stuff we have in the classroom here. There's at least half a dozen fonts or letter collections just from OESD that I have just in the back room here. So that's not everything else in the store or everything else available on the great big wide world web. But there's some new software coming that has some new features, which I'm super, super excited about. So I'm going to give you a preview of that today. So off we go. Make sure both my streams have changed. Yeah, there we go. So what you're looking at right now, I've already got it here. Go back to the home screen. Bernina software is digitizing software. So there's essentially there's kind of 4 levels of software within Bernina's software world right now. The free version is called ArtLink. It's a great place if you want to be able to view your designs on your computer. Lots of times our design names are just like a collection number with a -2, and you don't know whether that's an A or a B, or is it the big one or the small one. ArtLink would be a good option to start with if you don't have anything to help you manage your files at home. Step up from there is if you want a little bit of editing and digitizing options, you can go to Toolbox. And then for the last couple years, we've only had one third option, and that is the full Bernina V8 Designer Plus software. So V8's been, we've been running classes on it. That's part of our Bernina Creative Studio program. It is very powerful software. You can decide where every single stitch is going to land. And It's lovely. I really, really enjoy using it. From a personal level, I do a little bit of embroidery for friends and family, for small business type things. And people can hand me a logo and I can turn that into a stitch file and stitch it out on whatever machine I want. Other people want to be able to go in and take a design they bought and take out the curly cues on a letter that they don't like. Everybody's a little bit different as to what they need out of their software, and some people are just truly artists with their software and making amazing artsy things or quilting. There's a lot you can do with it. So moving forward this fall with the V9, they've split that top of the line software into 2 levels. And this is, Bernina software was split for a long time, and then V8, it went down to 1, and they've gone back to 2. Partly it's a big price difference between free and top of the line. So there's an option in the middle again. The option in the middle is called Creator, and it will give you some flexibility. What I'm going to show you guys today is in the full Designer Plus package. So I'm going to go into New Design, and I'm going to talk about the lettering and why you might want this if you like to do letters on all sorts of things. So I started doing this the other day. I didn't get very far. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to input an embroidery design. This is a collection from Bernina that we have here in the store. Well, I've already put the A in my fancy chart. I'm going to open the D. And I'm going to insert, I could insert a bunch of these all at once probably. Nope, just one at a time. Open. Zoom to selection. So it plunks those things right down on top of each other, which is not ideal. They're both selected right now. So we have a D, we have an E. In stitches, those look kind of like that. I don't need them in a hoop right now. Let's insert a few more letters. F, G. You would think I didn't know the alphabet today. So this, ooh, what is this collection called? It's an excellent question. Sorry guys, I can't actually see your comments today the way I'm filming. But leave them, I'll answer them later. I'll go back in a couple minutes. So with all these letters, if you're just trying to put all these super curvy letters into an embroidery file and trying to spell something, I didn't grab any letters that spell anything yet. We need a few more letters. We need another vowel. Let's try and spell a word here. So in kind of software up until now in the Bernina world, if you were trying to spell a word like fig, just super random word to pick, sorry guys. And something super curvy like this, you're going to do your best to get these placed and sorted out. There is some sorting and some grouping tools. So we can work around with the alignment. We could align our centers horizontally. We could space these evenly, but spacing evenly isn't always the right answer because sometimes it'll put that I too close to the G based on where the center of the whole block of the I is. And that's all something that's thought of when people design fonts. So up until now, that's how you worked with letters you bought in software or onto your sewing machine. You bring them in one at a time. They stitch out one at a time. They're kind of pokey to get lined up. It's not ideal. So the one really nice new thing in V9 that I'm absolutely thrilled about is called Keyboard Design Collection. So what this does, let me pull up that Docker again. What the Keyboard Design Collection does for you is allows us to open a file and we can map all these letters that we import into essentially a baseline for the alphabet. So what I can do here is these are uppercase letters, and I did a couple other letters the other day. So when we go out of here, if I select just the D, oh, the D is in two pieces there. If I select that piece for the D, and I select the D in that mapping chart, and I hit map, it'll add the D from this font into the map. We could do the same thing with E, map, F, map, G, map, H, select, map, I, map. And then right now I've got, I don't know, the first 10 letters of the alphabet in my mapped file. And if I wanted to start writing a word, I could go back into lettering. We could write cab, big, and make that way bigger because that would be more fun. So we can, the default letters in there, there's a whole ton of fonts in here to begin with. So under object properties, you can select your different fonts that are built into the software. And it used to be you had to guess at how big this font should be. They're giving suggestions now as to what size that would look like when you get there. So tons of fonts built into software. So then maybe you don't even need to buy fonts. You just use the ones that are there. But I know I've bought fonts. So this OESD Pend is the font that I just mapped. And if I hit apply, because I mapped this, I can start and apply, use the fonts from that font collection and have it go in there automatically. And it will retain color information as well as spacing between your letters. There's some auto settings when you set up a new font this way. And it looks pretty sharp. But then you still have all the other options you have with doing digitized lettering. So if you want this on a curve, ooh, that's too big of a curve. Too tight of a curve. Baseline radius, 50 millimeters. Let's change that. Let's go bigger. We can have a slight curve. We could do these up and down. So you can still do all sorts of layouts and arrangements, but it automatically spaces and aligns these letters for you because it's a mapped font, and it's pretty magical. I'm super excited. When I read this in the release notes, I was thrilled. It will make so many things that I want to do so much easier. So maybe you have never needed software until now. This made me, if I didn't already have software, or if I wasn't ready to jump to V9 for any other reason, this reason alone is enough to get me in there. Because there's things I want to do with lettering all over, like baby announcement pillows for my cousins who are having babies this fall. So that's really, really cool from an embroidery standpoint. There's lots more in here that's new. That little symbol up at the top there's a new Bernina Wi-Fi device. So if you're not a fan of sending your designs like moving them to a USB stick and transferring them to your machine, there's a new Wi-Fi device coming out this fall where you can automatically transfer designs across your Wi-Fi network in the house. For me, that would save me keeping track of 22 USB sticks in my house, because that's sometimes how crazy it is when I'm bouncing between projects for classes. So I've got a USB stick kind of for each class, and then sometimes we're going back and forth depending where I am in prep. So that Wi-Fi device is going to make some of that super easy for transfer for me, just even to stitch out samples at home. So there's some other super cool things in here. But the lettering, I think, if you've never thought about software and never seen what it can do, it's amazing. There's some more things in there, but I don't need to keep you all day playing with software that you don't totally understand. Bernina's got really good education on this. There is a free trial version um, for the V9. So if you wanted to give it a try, it's a 30-day trial version. You can give it a try. If you're interested in buying software for the first time, you can buy the entire V9 Designer Plus suite series, and we can put it on pre-order for you. If you want just the creator level after you've played with the trial version and that does enough things for you without being overly complicated, we can pre-order that. And then if you have a previous version of software, at least a couple versions back, you can update to V9 without having to buy V9 all over right from scratch. So there's an update option as well if you're running 7 or 8. Possibly 6 as well. I should confirm that. Potentially, if Adrian's still watching, she can confirm that for me. So cool, right? Being able to use all those fonts. So I'm just thinking about all the other fonts I have at home that I'm gonna go home and map when I get my full version of V9 at home. And then I'm gonna play with them and make things with all my letters nicely spaced, because that would make me super happy. I'm gonna go back and find all my friends here on all those places. Oh, 6, 7, 8, and 9 can all be upgraded to 6, 7, and 8 can all be upgraded to 9. Oh, I should type out Bernina. I didn't get the R and the N mapped though. So that's a problem. I didn't map enough letters to do that demo yet. I need to save myself some letters for another group that might need to see that demo. Super cool. I'm really excited. There's some other things in there, but just little bits for today. Because if you don't understand software, it's all a lot. But we have been doing classes. So if you're interested in seeing what software can do, the Bernina Creative Studio software classes using V8 will give you some ideas. And then we still have some copies of V8 here in the store. So you could go the other path of buy V8 and upgrade to 9 right away, or run 8 for a little while. Lots of people only ever upgrade every other version. Because sometimes the changes aren't super drastic, but there's enough really big changes here that I'm definitely going to jump from 8 to 9 on a personal level. I'm going to keep both running here in the store for a little while because there's some people who just got their version 8 and they're going to continue to need their classes in running their version 8 software. So that's what I have for you guys today. Sneak peek at stuff coming up this fall as more stuff comes my way and trickles in. We'll do more previews, but there's good things coming, kind of all across the board. All our major machine companies have new stuff coming, and new machine stuff cracks me up. If you haven't noticed already, it makes me. I like the right tool for the right job. That's how us women convince ourselves. Not convince ourselves. Your hubby would buy the right screwdriver for the right job or the right drill, and he probably has more than one of each of those things. So you're allowed to have more than one tool if it makes your job easier. And buy the right tool for the right job. But if you have questions, come see us here in store or give us a call, email, all those good things, and we can answer them and get you up and on your way. So thanks so much for joining me, and we will see you guys